Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Hi, everyone.
Thanks,
This is
everyone.
Angela
I'm
Kim.
so sorry I can't hear you very on this end, but I'm hoping you can all hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
And
Not a problem.
Angela, send me a text message if that's not the case.
Okay, not a
And I'll
problem.
know. And I'll get started today on the future of the digital experience, AI-enhanced marketing automation. I'm Nikita. I'm the head of AI and machine learning and analytics business solutions. And I work across both Australia and New Zealand in my role. As a little bit about me, I won't spend too much time on myself because we're running short on time, and you know we have the lovely microphone issues as well today. So won't spend too long, but I'll tell you a little bit about me, and I'll start with a quote. This is one of my favorite quotes. I've actually stolen it from my mentor, and it's my favorite because I'm trying to live my life by it. I guess the other thing you should know about me is I'm a really impatient, terribly impatient person. I want to do more, know more, be better, do it quicker. And the impatience sort of helps to try to find the quickest path to the outcome in mind. It also helps me with one other thing that's really nice when, you know, build a model, and if it's working, leave it alone. It's all good. Don't touch it again. I know it's hard to do, but I had to get used to doing things like that. Anyway, with impatience, there's this inherent risk you have of bulldozing people and ideas and really hurting their sentiment ultimately. And which is why I'm trying to live so much by this quote and keep in mind that I remember how I make people feel is what they'll remember more often than what I did for them. Professionally, what I try to do in my role at DXC is solve complex business problems for our clients using data and AI. That could be across a number of industries, technologies, and really across, like I mentioned earlier, Australia and New Zealand. And because I have such a wide variety of clients, the impatience can really help us, help me and push myself and my team to deliver quicker and better and more, hopefully more efficient products for our clients. Now, I guess question probably in your minds, why did I choose today's topic? And what William's been talking about in the last session relates very closely with it. Services, sales, and marketing are burgeoning with demand for AI across the ecosystem. That's really clear. You can see it from the graph in front of your screen. And that's not surprising because we are service-led economies. We're not creating anything new or manufacturing anything new, and most of our production, if any, is centered on farming, both in Australia and New Zealand. So the key differentiator across any of the businesses in our markets is the service and the experience that they provide people. If you take the example of banks in the region, they all provide roughly the same set of products at roughly the same price point. What generally makes us move from one service provider to another is the experience we receive in the context of our life and needs at the time. And ultimately, again, it comes back full circle to Maya, how we make people feel no matter what we do as an individual or as an organization is what matters and what will impact and influence people's decision making. And like William mentioned, a lot of the key drivers in marketing are absolutely centered on the experience and trying to meet a customer's demand in today's environment to be more informed, be empowered, demand speed and consistency, and really meet their need to feel valued. So I'd say perhaps arguably, especially from what William said, marketing disciplines actually have the most to gain from AI. In an analysis of about 400 AI use cases across 19 industries and 9 business functions this year, McKinsey found that the greatest potential value of AI pertains to the marketing and sales disciplines. Fair, customers are demanding more, so you need to find new techniques to meet that demand. So we have an objective in mind, and that objective is how can we integrate, generate insights, and ultimately have an impact. And like William mentioned as well, have an incremental impact, not just more sales, but have a clear goal and a well-defined goal as to what your AI application is going to do. Because if you don't build it with a clear goal in mind, well, it's not, I would say, omnipotent, you need to structure it and define it well. That's very, very important. That was a really good point by him. So anyway, we need to have an objective, and data and AI enabling digital experiences while ensuring all these 3 steps happen across all channels and across all the experiences we provide are very, very important. And I'll explain a little bit more on what I mean across channel and across all experiences. We'll first start with customer and understanding customer behaviors and needs and how AI can help with that. Absolutely, across your ecosystem, you've got digital touchpoint data, interaction events, whether they're on your owned channels or paid channels when it comes to digital marketing, or just general operational transactional data as to what a customer's done with you in the past, is doing today, and on how many different product offerings. And across the board, you can come up with a set of applications for AI in customer churn, next best offer, absolutely, what their sentiment is towards your organization. The value comes from the right-hand side, the interaction and the impact you're going to have. And the impact has to be know what the customer wants and with the content they desire. Because if you're not hitting them with the right messaging, you absolutely can not have the impact you're intending to have. Make sure you're reaching them at the right time and at the channel that they use the most. For example, for me, definitely try to get me when it's not COVID-19 during my commute hours in the morning. And you know, that's the best time to grab me. And maybe on LinkedIn, I'm often on that. And then again, I'm rushing through a little bit just to try to keep on time, but I'll take your questions towards the end. And I'm just going to check my messages because I can't hear you all. Excellent. Okay. I'll wrap up soon, Angela. No issues. So content creation, orchestration, channel delivery, all need to have consistency around it. What you're telling someone on social needs to be consistent with what you tell them on your SMSs, emails, what they get when they ring up on a call center environment as well. So that's really, really important. Now, I'm going to skip through a little bit on some of the concepts, but you'll get the slides, no doubt. Some of the things that I really want to touch on here is how do you cater for privacy, security, and ethics when you're talking about AI and marketing and custom analytics. Again, I'm going to refer to a quote because I love quotes. And this one comes back to data, to information, to knowledge, to wisdom, and wisdom, let's say, is the application of AI in a particular scenario. The biggest risk in the world of technology is to alienate ourselves as humans from technology. Technology was created for us, by us. Technology and people are not separate things. We are well integrated in our ecosystem. It's our responsibility as a human to understand what technology is, what data is, what's being done to our data, and influence society as a whole to do it in a way that is ethical. Because until we understand it, we can't demand things from society to ensure that things are happening in an ethical manner. I have some high-level points that I always like to refer to when it comes to AI applications. So making sure that an AI application is ultimately benefiting the customer, that it's secure by design, whether it's the data or the algorithm. The final authority of the application of a model or algorithm rests with a human, or better yet, a group of humans with different and varying perspectives. So you can gather all of their thoughts together. And that's where you really get that diversity and inclusion perspective happening as well. And the process of generating that AI application is explainable to a third party. Should a regulator ring you, you can walk them through why you did what you did. So that's really important. Now, the other thing I want to touch on, during COVID-19, the biggest hit to our experiences and it has been psychological. Everything's turned virtual like it is now. I've no idea how you're feeling about my presentation at the moment. I'm having to gauge blindly that you're all good. And that creates a lot of stress in a person's brain. So all of our meetings every day are all virtual. We don't quite know. We can't observe body language. We can't look at facial cues or expressions to figure out what's going on. So one of the biggest things organizations can do is make that experience as seamless and consistent across as many channels as possible for customers. And the organizations that can do that during COVID-19 are the ones who are going to succeed. Because let's be honest, this is going to be a significant impact to all organizations. Economically, everyone's going to have to tighten their belts. If we can nail the experience that we provide to customers, we'll nail retaining them and ensuring that we provide an excellent service to them. I'm summarizing for the benefit of time. And I will leave you with a quote again. It's not artificial intelligence I'm worried about, it's human stupidity. Again, we have to remember everything is built by us. It's not the AI that is at fault. It's our decision making, and we need to be cognizant of how we make decisions. And with that, and hopefully on time, I have wrapped up the presentation very, very quickly. I hope you got the core messages there, and I'll look at any questions you might have in chat.
Yes, all good, Nick. Very good. And thank you so much for everything. And I've shared your LinkedIn, the link with the audience. And then, you know, I'm hearing a lot of questions, but thank you so much. This was with Nikita Dami and from, you know, DX Technology, head of AI and machine learning analytics solution. And it was such a great pleasure to have you today. Thank you, everyone. And bye for now. Thank you.